Greetings everyone, my name is Darpan and it's my honor and my privilege to present to you this month's edition of Global Days of Unity. Thank you so much for your presence and for your participation and co-creation of this field of awareness that we co-create together in this moment, and joining us as one around the world from all pathways and all traditions and all practices are being woven into this one field. And I'd just like to invite you to take a few moments right now just to drop in, just take a few moments of silence, and to come inside and to enter that place of receptivity in preparation for the beauty and the wisdom of the presentations and offerings that are about to be shared with you. Our first guest is Jyoti Ma. She has spent her lifetime devoted to supporting the First Nation peoples of the world, and she is the founder of the Center for Sacred Studies. And she will share with us her wisdom and a prayer to open up this month's edition.
Well, welcome everyone. Wow, it's just reflecting when they asked me if I would be blessed to be able to open this doorway today into the Global Days of Unity once again, and all those that have gathered to sponsor and to pray and to open a field to oneness together. We're moving into 6 months since that was put in motion, and in a response to what the planet herself was asking for, and the spirit that lives in the heart of each and every one of us was asking for. So I just want to say, welcome again. Thank you for hearing a call for unity and peace in this great creation that we are a part of. I want to put the rest of my feeling and my grandma's heart into that, but let me introduce myself first. I'm Jyoti, some call me Jyoti Ma. And I'm sitting here on this sacred territorial land of the Northern California Pomo and the coastal Miwoks. So I want to first recognize that ancestor that's standing here with us today as we open our prayer. And as you sit in your very own way of meditation or prayer, and get yourself really comfortable, the first thing to do, please, is connect with that ancestor from your territory, the land you are sitting on. Do that first. And then take another moment and let's all share a breath together and let it out together. And bring it in together, connecting to our hearts, opening them widely and breathing it out. And then taking another deep breath, blessing the spirit, the fire that lives within each and every one, and connecting it to the fire and the star nation and the fire in the belly of this Mother Earth and the dance they constantly do to bring this creation into form. And breathe it out. And take that fourth holy breath. And this time, let's breathe into the field of it all. The allness, the oneness. That place where all creation meets itself. And breathe out. And now with that presence of mind, let us enter into a prayer. So, Creator, this is Grandma Jyoti, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for this beautiful day of life, that morning star that announced the dawn was coming, and the sun that brought the dawn upon us, and that we all today stood up in the middle of and took a breath that's been connecting us all since the original times, a breath that is strong in itself and propelling us forward. Thank you for sharing this moment in the dawn where we put our skin on and stand inside this creation, remembering who we are. Thank you. Thank you for life and its flow and the sacredness of it as it moves itself and creates itself with every breath we take. Help us stand solidly in the present moment. Help us stand solidly with our hearts wide open, rooted to this earth and reaching for the heavens, being the conduit that is a moment when heaven and earth embrace each other. I give great thanks. I give great thanks for all the ancestors that have called us here into this place of dreaming, a moment of making, that the Mother Earth is in a moment of making that we therefore are a part of and in service to. So I thank you, Creator, today for all those that were called to sit here in this circle this morning as we open this door to global days of unity, a moment of oneness, a field that called us into place, a field that we serve and are served by, a field of reciprocity that is based on the oneness of itself, the unification of all its diversity. Such a beautiful field of ascension that is opening a doorway that we can all move through and be a part of the weaving of Mother Earth, the cosmos itself, new story, the new dawn that our indigenous helpers and leaders and guides and prophets have been bringing to us to prepare us for this moment, and now are in service to the moment so that they're instructing us with how to take these steps following the rhythm of the time, the breath of the time, and the new dawning of the time. Such a beautiful moment for this grandma. Such a beautiful moment that we together collectively can send our prayers to that first grandmother of them all, the one that dreamed this into place and is still dreaming us today. May we send our love in a circular way back to her out of regard and respect and so much gratitude for the weaving she's dreaming. And so with that, Creator, I offer up this prayer. We offer up this prayer as we unite our hearts and our actions and our thoughts and stand in our stillness so that what you are bringing has a place to sit. With humility in my heart and with gratitude flowing, I give great thanks. I give great thanks. I give great thanks.
Thank you so much, Jyoti Ma, for sharing that beautiful prayer and for your wisdom and for the space that you hold. Truly inspiring. Our next artist is someone who's very close to my heart, who I've had the privilege to meet on a number of occasions. A brilliant musician, inspiration in terms of music, bringing together people of various Middle Eastern cultures, crossing the cultural divide, and generally bringing people together into one heart and one being. And he does this so brilliantly and consummately with the musicians that he brings together, and that he's able to present us with the most wonderful cross-cultural music across the Middle East, Kabbalistic Sufi traditions. And this is Gilron Shama from Israel. And he's going to take us on a little journey in the desert.
Salamu alaikum, shalom aleichem. Welcome, dear beloved sisters and brothers. Today, especially for Global Days of Unity, we have a very, very, very special time. I went out to the desert because today I want to speak and to touch inspiration. And for me, inspiration comes purely in the desert. Look at this. This is the land of my ancestors, the prophets and the nomads of the Bible. This is a true place where you can really be simply inspired from nature and really feel the inner space of your soul. The body is singing. Every breath is pure air, pure oxygen, and you really feel God in any form, in non-form. And here, I'm mostly inspired to do the hauja, like the Bedouins, is just singing with no meaning, just expressing the deepest soul in sound. Yahweh, 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 I want to invite you to a very special place, a secret place, where when I'm down and my soul is broken and I need really answers for questions or just to be alone from the moment, you know, life can be so busy. This is the place I'm going to, and I'm going to share it with you. Come to my secret garden. Come with me, because there is no place to arrive to. Only the path, the way, is the goal. As long as we are moving, as long as we have more movement, as long as we have movement in our life, we know that we are alive. We know that we keep the secret of vitality, of life, movement, walking, going forward. Come with me. Actually, this secret path, this road is 1,000 years old. And here, many of the prophets, the famous figures of the biblical time walked. Moses and Jesus and Aaron and Jonah and Muhammad and many, many prophets walked in this desert, in these paths, searching, longing to unite with Mother Nature, with the powers of the universe. And you know, always people went out to the desert in a search for inspiration. What is inspiration? What is it? How does it come to a human being? How we get inspired? What is making us inspired? One of the first things is nature. Look at this view and get inspired with me. Look at this desert. It is amazing. It is so mystic. And already I feel inspired. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to talk about inspiration. I wanted to become inspired and to share it with you. Come, we still didn't arrive to the Garden of Stones. The time that we are living, these days, are so intense. Everything is so fast, and the feelings are changing all the time. And we have so much excitements with the media and with our way of life, with movies and music, Spotify, YouTube. And sometimes the only thing we need is to stop. To stop and to give respect for the creation. And nothing like the desert make us stop and hold our breath and feel inspired. You can really feel the inspiration in the air. Actually, the ancient prophets and the Sufis, the mystics of the desert, say there is a few ways to bring inspiration. First, the queen of inspiration is breath. When we are conscious to our breath, always new blessings will come. So this time I want to start with 3 deep breaths that we're gonna make. The breath and the silence is so inspiring. Another thing that gives us inspiration is Mother Nature. Always when you step up of the ordinary steps of the days, of the ordinary steps of the life, and you go out to the nature, you are getting inspired and healing all your pains in the body and inside our soul. The desert is my best friend and is healing me and give me inspiration to live the life and to carry on, do all the tasks I have in life. When you're a father, you're looking for inspiration. You look for such a wild, powerful sense of life like the desert gives. The mystics say that always when you feel your lack of inspiration, you make a voyage, a journey out to the wilderness, and inspiration comes from the power of the nature. Also fasting. When you fast, when you stop eating and you just drink the water and maybe eat dates or drink the juice of the fruits, inspiration comes. Actually, when we reduce vitality and the abundance that's been given to us, some powerful magic is happening. Like this, going out to the desert, give us power. And it reminds me a story. The story says there was a village and people were living in the village and they had their wise man in the village. And he was a little bit cruel. He was tricky. One day arrived to this village a wizard, a wise man, nomad man from the desert. And he sat in the middle of the village on a stone, and he challenged the people of the village with his wisdom. Then came the wizard of the village, and he had in his hand a bird. And he said to the people, to his friend in the village, I will trick this wizard that came to our village. And they asked him, how can you? He's so wise. And he said, I will have this bird in my hand, and I will put my hand behind my back, and I will ask the wizard, what do I have in my hand? If he will know it's a bird, I will ask him, is the bird alive or dead? If he say alive, I will smash the bird in my hand. And if he say it's dead, I will free the bird. All the village gathered around both of them. And then the wise man of the village, approached to the wizard and he tell him, so, if you are such a wise man of the desert, what do I have in my hand? The wizard look at him and he say, it's a bird. Everyone say, wow. And then he told him, and the bird, is it dead or alive? And the wizard looked to the eyes of the wise man of the village and he said, that's already in your hand. And why I say this story? Why I tell you this story? Because the way we live our life, the way we get inspired, the happiness and the joy of our life is in our hand. We're deciding what to do with it. We're choosing which tree we are pouring water to, which tree we are nourishing, a tree with fruits or dry tree. Which tree you want to nourish in our life? Do you want positivity? Do you want vitality? Do you want to live your life with joy? So we need to get inspired. Inspiration makes us renew our way, renew the way we look at life. The silence of the desert is a big power of healing. And nothing is inspiring more in the desert than singing a song. I want to sing a song. And you know, even if I was here alone, I would sing that song because the desert the sound is so beautiful and dry. It's so nourishing, it's so touching and healing the heart to sing here. I'm going to sing the song Allah Ya Mulana. It's a song in Arabic, a Sufi song, and it means Allah Ya Mulana, Allah Allah, Hal ma yahfaki al wahad Rabbi. Don't worry in your life. Don't spend time in being worried because our Master is graceful and merciful. Subhanallah. Subhanak ya ila jud alayha. Just praise the Lord, praise the Master, and you will feel the bless. So let's feel the bless. Allah ya mulana, Allah Allah ya la mulana, Allah ya mulana. حل ما يحفاك يا الواحد غبي الله يا مولانا الله الله يا لا مولانا الله يا مولانا حل ما يحفاك يا الواحد غبي سبحان الحي الباكي سبحانك يا إله جد عليها سبحان الحي الباكي سبحانك يا إله جد عليها داني يا داني وظنني داني يا داني Allah ya Mulana, Allah Allah ya la Mulana, Allah ya Mulana, حل ما يحفاك يا الواحد غبي. Actually, what can help us keep peace in our mind and heart in these days is realizing that everything is changing. Any kind of state of mind and physical illness or any kind of situation is changing. And when we are going out to the desert, especially in this time when the sun goes down, we can see the colors changing and the atmosphere from every minute is changing. And we can realize ourselves that everything is change. That's the only thing that we can lean on, the changes. These days, these special days, that actually the world is changing in front of our eyes, it's a big opportunity to get empty, to create a space for new things happening. And actually us as a community all over the world, people from all walks of life, all nations, we can become one. We can create a nation of unity, peace and love and connect. We have the technology, and this is the moment which is very important. There is ability, and this is the time to create a new community, a new way of communication, spiritual. It's the time to dive into the fire and to become our dream. We are the people we've been waiting for. I want to read a poem of Rumi about this emptiness that's creating a community, a spiritual community. Nor Christian or Jewish, not Muslim, not Hindu, not Buddhist, Sufi or Zen, no any kind of religious or any cultural system. I'm not from the East and not from the West. I don't come from the ocean and not lifted up from the earth. I'm not natural or metanatural. I'm not became of any element. I'm out of the elements. I'm not exist. I'm not a being in this world or the next world. I didn't come from any story. I didn't come from Adam and I didn't come from Eve. I'm not coming from no Genesis story. My place is no place. Emptiness without any memory, not body and not soul. I am belonging to the beloved. I saw the two worlds. I saw and I felt the separation, and as one, and the same one, call him, and you will know, first, last, inside, outside, only the breath making us human being. We should allow ourselves to take time off, to go out from the rush of life and just unite with the desert. The days that we are living in brings big test. To which side we belong to? To separation? To anger? What do we feed? We feed our violent side, our animal side, our wild side, or that we keep on loving, we keep on choosing Shanti life, we keep on choosing walking with our heart, spreading compassion and pure love. What do you choose? You choose to be a loyal lion or a hungry, lonely wolf. Let's come together. Let's be in love. We are made of love. Let's be love. It's never late.
Wow. Thank you, Gilron. Thank you for bringing the vast expanse of the desert into our homes and into our hearts. this vast expanse where so many great beings have found their solace and found their inspiration in their heart, and bring their hearts and their minds together. And thank you for bringing up that point after the Rumi poem of which side are you on? Because there are no sides. There is only the one. There is the breathing in and the breathing out. No east, no west, no creed, no this, no that. We bridge the polarity gap, transcending into this one unified field of consciousness, of love and peace and spaciousness. Our next artist is Manose, and he's going to bring you a beautiful lament to nature in the best way that he knows how, through the expression of his incredible relationship to his Bansuri. It's a love story. Enjoy this.
Namaste, global family. I want to welcome you again to Global Days of Unity. I'm honored to be with you. This is Mother Ocean. And divine, you can see all these birds, pelicans, and all the seagulls, and all the life in the ocean, and how ocean is basically a mother of all. And you can feel the pulse, the breath of the ocean, and the dance of the birds, and the song of whales and all the fish out there in the ocean. So I want you to acknowledge, even though you are somewhere else in this moment, doesn't matter which culture you're coming from, doesn't matter which race you're coming from, doesn't matter which status you're from, to pause and acknowledge this moment that given to all of us at once. So, as I see the waves are flowing, birds are singing, and the winds are flowing, all I can imagine this moment is thank you. Thank you. It's from the deepest part of my heart. la la la.
Our next guest is Satish Kumar, environmentalist and peace activist, and he'll be sharing with us the power of co-creation and creating together as community.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sahana vavatu, Sahano bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahe. Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It is my great honor and pleasure to participate in this wonderful Global Days of Unity. And the mantra I have just spoken in Sanskrit is the mantra of unity, global unity. Every day in the spiritual and religious ashrams and communities in India, where I grew up in a Gandhian community, every morning, every evening, every before meal, we will speak this mantra. And this is a mantra of being together, being united, and working together, co-creating. This mantra of co-creation, you can call it, and unity at the same time. Because without unity, there is no co-creation. And so Se means together, united, one. So we walk together. We act together. We eat together. We create together. When we are together, our actions will multiply. And the power of our action will be much greater than if we just act in isolation, in separation, in disconnection. When we are together, our energy will be greater. Only thing when we are together is a chance that we start to quarrel and we start to contradict and we start to complain about each other. And so the mantra says, Ma vidvishavahe. But be careful, when you are together, never quarrel or contradict or complain or criticize each other. Always try to appreciate each other's values and each other's virtues and each other's qualities rather than looking at the negative aspects of each other. So with that positive attitude and positive mind, we work together. This is a very important lesson for whole of the transformative movement, the movement for environment. And particularly I am involved in the environmental movement, so I always speak this mantra to my colleagues and my friends who are involved in the environmental movement. But let me first of all say that what do I mean by this global environmental movement? Actually, it is a holistic environmental movement. And I call it holistic. Why? Because for me, environment is not just the natural environment. It is, of course, but it's more than the natural environment. For me, environmental movement, which is holistic, includes social environment and a spiritual environment. So these are the three dimensions of this global holistic environmental movement. The ecological, or you can say green environment, then social environment, and then spiritual environment. Why I put these three environments together? Because without planet being well and planet being healthy, we humans cannot be well. We humans cannot be well, and we humans cannot be healthy. We cannot be healthy on a sick planet, and therefore our health and our well-being is totally dependent on the health and well-being of the planet Earth. And so planetary well-being and human social well-being are connected. And therefore the green and natural environment and the social environment are very, very closely connected. But social environment and the green environment are not enough by themselves. We also need personal transformation, personal spiritual environment. Because without the spiritual values underpinning the natural environment and the social environment, the movement will remain superficial and skin deep. And therefore we need to bring the values of love and consciousness and compassion and kindness and generosity of spirit and elegantly simple living and being the change that we want to see in the world. These are the three aspects go together. They are intricately interrelated. The natural environment, the social environment, and the spiritual environment make the global holistic environmental movement. Now, in order to make this environmental movement, this holistic environmental movement, impactful and effective, we generally act at three levels. First of all, we have to protest against the injustice and the exploitation and the kind of destruction of our natural environment. The rainforests are being destroyed, the animals are being put in factory farms, the carbon emission is creating global warming. So people are doing all these things blindly. Perhaps they are not conscious of their act, what they are doing, and they are not conscious of the impact of their acts on the natural environment. And therefore, we have to stand up against the environmental injustice. And we have to stand up and speak out. And this is why a young person like Greta Thunberg, but not only one herself, but hundreds of thousands or even millions of young people around the world are protesting against this environmental destruction which is causing global warming and climate change. And so, and also similarly, there is a movement called Extinction Rebellion. They are protesting against the human actions which cause global warming, climate change, and destruction of rainforest, and the poisoning of the soil, and many, many other things which we do, which destroy the biodiversity of our planet Earth and the integrity of the planet Earth. And so that is one way. And of course, the protest movement has to be completely, at all times, committed to non-violence. Without non-violence, any protest movement will degenerate into chaos and into violence and into suffering of people and suffering of the planet Earth. And therefore, at all times, in all circumstances, unconditionally, the protest movement has to be committed to non-violence and spiritual values. And we have great examples in the history. Mahatma Gandhi in India used the way of non-violence to protest against the colonialism. Martin Luther King in the United States embraced the principle of non-violence to protest against the racial discrimination. So non-violence for activists is not only a tactic, it is a way of life. It is unconditional commitment to non-violence so that our movement is genuine. Because we are not against any person. We are against the system which is causing climate change and causing social injustice and causing many other destructive aspects. And therefore, remaining committed to non-violence is a kind of spiritual way of protesting. But protesting is not enough. We have to also protect. And what we protect is many, many great traditions, spiritual traditions, indigenous traditions, craft traditions, beautiful communities, small and sustainable communities are there. But in the name of progress, in the name of development, these communities are being destroyed. And therefore, we have to protect the indigenous cultures, the cultural diversity, the biodiversity, the local communities and the local economies, all these which are good and sustainable. In the name of development and progress, we must not destroy them. And that is the reason that we should campaign to protect what is good. So protest, protect. The third thing we need is to build. Because we need to show the alternatives. We have to show the positive aspect of the holistic environmental movement. We have to show the examples. So we have to show how organic agriculture can build and how organic agriculture can feed people without destroying the earth and without creating climate change and climate chaos. In the same way, developing crafts and community living and arts and many other positive things that we can do. So we have to build, we have to present alternatives to what we are opposing, what we are protesting against. So this large-scale, centralized, industrialized, consumerist, materialistic build-up that we have, the structures and systems which we have, if we do not want those materialistic and consumeristic, industrialistic systems, then we have to show the small-scale, decentralized, human-scale, sustainable, regenerative alternatives. So that building those alternatives are as important. From my talk, you may think that I'm only talking about external transformation. But no, I'm talking about external transformation as much as internal transformation. That is the kind of spiritual environment that is necessary. And without the inner transformation, outer transformation will remain hollow or superficial or skin deep. But when you have inner transformation, then these values which we are talking about, these values which we want to see in the world, in the society, we become the embodiment of those values. So compassion, kindness, generosity, simplicity, living frugally, living close to nature, living in harmony with nature, that should be part of our life, a way of life. So environmentalism is a way of life. As non-violence is a way of life. And a social justice is a way of life. And that has to come from our inner transformation. That's the spiritual dimension of the environment. So in very few words, I have explained in this talk during this global days of unity that our global holistic environmental movement has to be seen in a very, very broad and a very big way, in a very kind of a comprehensive way rather than in a very narrow way. And I hope that you, the listeners, will focus on these aspects and make up your own thoughts and minds and follow these ideas in your own way. Thank you very much.
Gandhi talked about being the change that we want to see in the world. And I'm also aware that it's possible for people to feel that my own small contribution won't make any big difference. So it seems like too much effort for me to be the change that I want to see in the world. Can you help me with that question?
World is made of each and every individual. Like a garden is made of each and every fruit and flower and tree. In the same way, a village is made of every single house. So the world is made of individuals. If the individuals don't change, how do you expect the world to change? And therefore, we are the world. Each and every individual is a microcosm of macrocosm. We represent the world. We are, in a small way, the world. We are the world. And therefore, if we want to see the world change, we have to begin with ourselves. We cannot change the world from outside. We have to change the world from inside. So when we change, everybody starts to change. And that way, world will change. World will change all the time. World is changing all the time. But changing for the better, changing for creating a harmonious world, a world of integrity, world of compassion, world of simplicity, and world of frugality, world of love. All these things, how do you expect outside world to do that without I doing it, without each and every one of us doing it? So taking this personal responsibility and being the spearhead of that change and representing that change and embodying that change and showing that that change is good and you can live a good life, you can live a happy, joyful, blissful life by being that change. And this is why Mahatma Gandhi himself practiced that. He was an embodiment of all the changes that he wanted to see in the world. He practiced the way of life which was opposite of caste system, or opposite of wasteful system, opposite of industrial and materialistic system. He was an embodiment. He lived a very simple life and a very happy life. So in order to be happy, you have to be what you want to be. And when you are who you are, you will be radiating that change. You, like a radiator radiates heat, you will be radiating your compassion, your kindness, your love, your generosity, and your spirit. And that way other people will see and be influenced. And therefore, being the change that you want to see in the world is a fundamental part of the global holistic environmental movement.
Thank you for such a profound sharing, Satish. And thank you for your lifetime of work as an activist and putting on the table these environmental issues that are so important to nurture and save our beautiful Mother Earth. And of the importance of the inner transformation coinciding or preceding the outer transformation into the relative. This is something that many activists, I think, would do well to heed, this guidance, because it can only be limited in the relative unless it is supported by these spiritual values that you speak of, and of course nested in a non-violent approach. Our next artist is something very special. Her name is Kristin Hoffmann, and she channels sound in a sublime and beautiful way that will just touch your heart and inspire you.
Hello, welcome to Global Days of Unity. My name is Kristin Hoffmann, and I'm here in New Paltz, New York. And I have designed a little set for today, which I'm calling the Dance of Spirit. And I've chosen a few of my pieces, which are perfectly aligned for movement, whether it be movement in the outer expression, which I highly encourage you just to listen and feel and let your body and your soul and your spirit move. But we could also go inward into a meditation or a yoga practice and just feel that dance of spirit within our beings. All forms are perfect. And as we tap into this co-creative field of consciousness, I just want us to all invoke the energies of light, love, peace, unity, so that we can be sending ripples of these high vibration energies together out into the world, which definitely needs our extra love and attention at this time, I feel. So I am going to play straight through once I start. So I just want to briefly talk about the songs. The first piece I'm going to play is called Sundance, and it's all about that incredible dance of our unique light that each of us has. We each have this beautiful light vibration energy which we express into the world and share with each other as we go about life. And that song is really about feeling that, feeling both the flow within yourself out into the world and the exchange with others. And then the next song is called Free Flow, and it's about letting your body, your mind, your spirit, your whole being be free and free in that energy of love, pure love vibration. And then the last piece, it's been very mystically windy to hear today, and I was really called to end with this slow, introspective piece called Wind Song. And I just want you to feel yourself winding down into the inner landscape towards the end. And as I play this song, I like to envision that either my higher self or someone, could be across the world, is sending a message out on the wind with the intention that I'm going to receive it at some point. And so as you're going into your inner landscape, just listen deeply. Listen for what is that message that I needed to hear most right now? What is coming to me on the wind? Okay, here we go. Have fun. light in you. Let it shine in you. Feel that beautiful light. Let it shine, let it shine. Feel that beautiful light. Let it shine, let it shine. Feel your beautiful light. Let it shine into the world. Feel your beautiful light. Let it shine into the world. Thank you so much. What an honor to share with you today. What an honor to dance with you. I hope you felt the music. I hope you felt in touch with yourself again in this moment. And just remember that you can always come back to this space whenever you need to. Or you can just choose to never leave again and just carry this very special, sacred vibration with you. Thank you. My deepest gratitude.
Wow, what a voice. Thank you, Kristin. Thank you for touching our hearts. And it never ceases to amaze me, being a musician myself, of the power of music to transform energy, to transform our being, to open our hearts, and to allow us to see perspectives and feel levels of energy that are normally not available to us in our normal everyday life. It's just brilliant. Aho to music. Our next guest is Tat Erick Gonzalez, a Guatemalan elder in the Mayan tradition, and he'll be offering us a prayer to close this episode of Global Days of Unity and to share with us his wisdom.
Thank you for joining us to the Global Days of Unity. Thank you to all the presenters and the beauty they will share. I want to say thank to each and one of my relations, and till the next time we see each other, we ask the Creator, to you, Rukushka Rukushulev, Rukushka Rukushka Kil, Rukushya Rukuskastemal, Rukushka Kotsihal, Rukushka Kastemal, Matyoshishawe ni malech katit kamama. Ni malech katat pitol kanan sakol lolom koholom. Ni malech achav kawawil tohila vili shachakabetz. Matyoshishawe ni malech nawal. Achav sakarik dikich, achav achpu. Lokoluch nawales, kenako shah hosher tatzich. Utz Trikaslem, Kritinamit Kahuleo Vachau. May bring the blessings to our Mother, Father, Creator, to all our relations through our Mother Earth. Blessings on this beautiful day. Blessings on putting our minds and our love together, putting our prayers together. Thank you for that sacred walk, that each and one of us may walk that beauty way and find a beautiful connection to Mother Earth, and receive the beautiful gift from creation to allow us to experience the beauty all around us. That we may find that beautiful spring, that beautiful creek, river, lake, be with the ocean, and receive the blessings from the holy waters of life. Thank you to you, Spirit of the water. Thank you to you, to the Spirit of our grandfather, the fire. May that eternal flame of love surround you, fill you, light your fire of inspiration, love, appreciation, and care for yourselves, for each other, for all our relations. May we breathe that essence of the breath from these sacred trees, the gift that they give us, so that we may also live in wellness and in beauty. May also walk across this Mother Earth and find a beauty way. May we see each other the next time, and we share these blessings so that your day, door in and door out, will be full of beauty, full of essence, full of love, full of that sacred care that we need for each other, for our own nourishments. May we see each other soon across this Mother Earth. Matyoshawe ni malech katit kamama. Lokoluch rukushkach rukushulev. Rukushkak rukushkakir rukushya rukuskastemal. Rukushkokotzihal. Matyoshishawe ni malech katit kamama.
Thank you, Tata Erick, for that beautiful prayer and blessing. And so it is that we come to the end of this Global Days of Unity. And thank you all so much for being present. Thank you for being here and sharing and co-creating in this field that we co-create together. Until next time, wish you all love, peace, and unity. Aho.